4841, go ahead.
4841, possible head on TC, perimeter between Thompson and Woodland.
It was just like any other night that night. He was sitting back, kicking and sipping some Bud Light. Stressed out from the week, just trying to unwind. Only God knows why he decided to drive to the liquor store. But he done it before, just a couple blocks north. Hang a left off fourth, but this time he made the turn and he failed to stop and nailed the grand pie using the crosswalk. He slammed on the brakes, stunned and started to shake. He opened the door, blood stains splattered the paint. The man was in pain, he looked him right in the face. But it was too late, he was slipping away. In that moment of silence, when he closed his eyelids, was cut short by the sharp sound of the sirens. How could this happen? Lights flashing around him, squeezing the man's hand. That's how he found him. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Grandpa, Grandma, Joe and Atlanta, Mom, Dad, and Chad all packed the van up and hit the open road. They were headed for the cabin. Little did they know that would never happen. Jason and Stacy were drunk out their faces, headed in the opposite way on Highway 6. Smoking reefer, sipping cans of brewski, swerving, speeding, and acting goofy. Jay dropped his joint on the floor and looked down, swerved out and hit the family's red car. He came to in a hospital bed with police all around and his rights were read. Jason was arrested, the only survivor. The rest died from impact, wreckage, and fire. 8 lives lost from a stupid decision. Guilt-ridden Jay now lives in a prison. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down.
All right, so yesterday I got a call. So if you guys remember, I don't know who watched it. So a couple years ago, I spoke about, I didn't know what happened. All I knew was it was something that had to do with a drunk driver. And so what I want to talk about right now was, I don't know if you guys remember, but a while back ago, I said I had a few people that wanted to get on here and talk about how we pretty much raise awareness of drinking and driving. But I refused them because their case was still open. So in this case, I'm not going to say no names because there was a lady and a daughter that passed away. So due to respect for the families, I'm not going to say no names. But, and it's crazy how it all kind of intervenes. When I first talked about it, I talked about it because somebody I knew got a call from a family member to go get picked up in the middle of the night. So they put the 2 kids in the car, and the route they took to go pick up the family member, when they came to the stop sign, it was, 4 stop signs, a regular crossroads, but they had seen 2 cars coming, one behind them and another one on the side. And I guess there was one coming up. It was, I guess, a busy night. So anyways, they took off, they picked up their family member. Within about 2 minutes, they were driving back home, and they seen that the road was all blocked off, and there was a bunch of, they heard a bunch of sirens when they were picking up their family member, and the family member was asking, I wonder what's going on. And as they were going back home, they seen their route that they had just literally got done coming out of was all blocked off. There's a bunch of lights, a bunch of couple ambulances, fire department, law enforcement. So they were blocked off, so they had to take another route home. Well, that's what I talked about. I started talking about because I didn't know exactly what happened. So later on, somebody had contacted me. This person was, I'm not going to say no name, so I'm just going to, keep it as short as possible. So I got contacted and by this person, and they wanted to help raise awareness. You know, they felt so guilty, so bad for what happened. There was two deaths, and they wanted to, you know, get on, be recorded or get on live and speak about raising awareness. You know, this person was actually the driver, and it's crazy because, you know, I heard the story, kind of what happened before. So I got more details. This lady was headed home. This lady was only half a block away from home. This other person was partying about 3 blocks from his house, and they were headed home, but they were under the influence. And there was another car. There were just minor injuries, but so I didn't let this person get on only because it was an open case. I got a call yesterday. This person, the case is closed as of yesterday. And this person's family member hit me up, say, you know what, the case is closed, whoop-de-whoop, this will happen. And so I'm not going to get details, nothing like that. Mainly, I'm getting on because I just want to raise awareness of driving under the influence. As I was impacted, my whole family was impacted. You know, there's so much stuff going on even today that I don't talk about, that just part of the tidal waves of somebody's selfish act, like the song says, you know, driving under the influence. So it's crazy because I spoke about it a couple years ago, but not about the whole thing, just about the person that got called from their family members and picking up and what they seen on the way back. And kind of find out a few weeks later that it was a DUI incident and 2 people did pass away from it. But since it was an open case, I didn't allow the person, even though it was a person that was driving that felt so guilty, wanted to get on, I didn't allow it because it still was an open case. So the case is now closed. So that's why I'm bringing it up now, because, you know, they called me yesterday, and, you know, all the way around, so many people got impacted by this situation. And just because you don't get impacted personally doesn't mean somehow, some way you can be impacted. These people were literally the ones that, you know, wind up passing away was a half a block away from being home. The other person was only 3 blocks away from being home, or I don't know, maybe 2 blocks. You know, they were partying 3 blocks down from their home. So it doesn't affect just the driver. Like in this case, the other people that passed away, the lady and her daughter, the whole family, you know, lost the mom, lost a daughter, a sister, a mom, aunt, daughter, granddaughter, you know, just so many different ways these families got impacted. Now, the other families, I don't know at all whatsoever, but from my understanding, from my understandings, the way it was explained to me, the lady was a single mom of a family of 3. So just think about that for a minute. And these people were just blocks from home, literally. And so I got the call yesterday saying the case was closed. So that's what brings me here, speaking about a little bit about it today. But I'm not getting details or nothing like that because the respects for the families. And it's just sad. I mean, it's sad all the way around. I mean, for example, you know, my family was impacted from somebody driving under the influence. And to this day, like I said, 95% of the way we're being impacted, I don't speak about. I just speak just enough to raise awareness of driving under the influence. And like, you know, I've said in some other videos, I'm not saying go not party, not have fun. You know, life is short. Have fun, do your thing, but be responsible and don't drive under influence, because you're not guaranteed to make it from point A to point B, no matter how close it is. You're not promised that. You know, we're not promised tomorrow, let alone promise to make it from point A to point B. So I'm gonna go ahead and end it there, you guys. I just had to speak about this real fast. It's kind of heart wrenching, and other things I'm going through right now because of my being impacted by somebody driving an influence. It just, it's a lot. It's a lot on my heart personally. It's a lot on shit, that's going on right now to this day with us, even though it's going to be coming up for 5 years. So many ways we're still impacted. Me, I'm impacted. My family impacted for life because luckily I did survive, but it did cause me to be blind, amputee, and so much more to the story. I got more surgeries yet still to come. But in this case, two innocent people did pass away. And the case is now closed as of yesterday. So I'm just speaking about it. And it's crazy because I spoke about it when I got the call, say, hey, you know what? I got a call from this person to go pick him up. And this is what happened. So I spoke about it a little bit. But now that that case is closed and everything is crazy how it intervened. So I'm going to go ahead and end it there. I'm just mumbling at this point. So remember, everybody, make sure you tell your loved ones you love them before you leave your house because you're not guaranteed to make it home. Be blessing. Stay blessed.
4841, just that one, main three.
4841, go ahead.
4841, possible head on PC, carpenter between Thompson and Woodland.
Next time you're drunk and you pick up the keys, I hope you take a second to remember this beat. If you don't, then you drive and somebody does die. I warned you, fair and square, don't be surprised. I know you think you're tough on the liquor and stuff, but it's too late when you wake up, crippled and hunched. My friend stuck in the chair, you can't tell me it's fair. He can't even speak, so his message I share. It's a breath of fresh air to know some of you care. I'm clearing the air, so take a good look in the mirror and ask yourself, are you ready to stand up to anyone, anywhere, planning to drive drunk? All I can ask is that you follow this task before another mother has to cry, holler, and gasp. All because you had to suck a couple bottles back and drive away. Now she'll never get her daughter back. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down. Too late yet, you better get the message before you end up dead. Are you ready for heaven? All you gotta do is put the keys down. I can hear him scream now, put the damn keys down.